Abiola, if you can hear me, thank you so much for coming through tonight on Game On. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. The question is, I'm sure you've been following this. You've been following this issue quite clearly, and it's a recurring one in Nigeria where, you know, the ownership of players by clubs or by entities continues to be a major sticking point. Then also Rivers United have also been in the news plenty of times regarding the ownership of players going AWOL. What is your take, the Sport Integrity Group take on this?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me tonight. I think it looks bizarre, you know, what Rivers United are doing. You know, we at Sport Integrity Foundation, we frown at it. First and foremost, they put a picture of a minor on the internet declaring him AWOL. They are not his parents. They have no right to do that. This kid is not signed to a contract with them. I just got off the phone call with his father a couple of minutes ago before appearing on this show. And the father spoke to me saying the kid does not have a contract with them. They have no right whatsoever on the kid. And of course, what they have done is a violation of his rights as a child. There is something called child safety principle. Even though we do not have it in Nigeria, we spoke with the National Sports Commission, and they say they will come up with some of these important guidelines, this framework to be used in Nigerian sports. This that they have done puts the life of the kid in danger. And besides, you cannot hold or force a kid to work for you without the consent of his parents, especially a child who is below 18. He has not attained the age of maturity yet. And if the parents says, no, we do not want our kid to associate with Rivers United, that ought to be respected, because
Abiola, sorry to cut you short.
To do so.
Sorry to cut you short, Abiola, but the Rivers United have gone to the Nigerian authorities, the Nigerian Football Federation, the Nigeria Premier Football League, insisting that they have a valid contract with this player. Now, what is the quality of the contract? And you and I, if, by my minimal legal training, a minor cannot be party to a contract. He cannot be a signatory to a contract. So is it that the contract is illegal ab initio? Is there some kind of document that exists between his representatives and the club? What is the exact legal status of the player in question?
Well, the contract, if there is or if there was, is invalid, because the parents said they never consented to that. And according to the father, there is no contract. They only register the kid. So where is that coming from? I've also tried to get in touch with Rivers United. I've tried to reach the club secretary, called him severally. He didn't pick. We have sent an email. They are yet to respond to that. We also got in touch with the media officer of the team, talking about Mr. Charles Mayuku. He said they have presented the case before the Nigeria Football Federation. Well, that is fine. But when talking about a contract, a child who is yet to attain the age of 18 cannot be binded by a contract, especially that which his parents are unaware of. It is not done. It is not done. It's an aberration. You cannot tie a child to a contract without the consent of his parents.
Okay.
It is unacceptable.
Abiola, he's currently out of the country in Italy now. After that competition, will he be returning to Rivers United? Abiola, sorry, I was asking, with the player, Seiyefa is actually out of the country now in Italy, competing in a youth tournament. After the conclusion of that tournament, will he be returning to Rivers United?
Well, that will be the decision for his parents to make. The parents are in the best position, you know, to determine that. This kid is just 17. He is not of maturity age to be able to determine what's good for him yet. even by the Nigerian law, you have to be 18 for you to be able to take decisions by yourself. And of course, when it comes to a working contract like this, you cannot bind a child by 18. If you were talking about other essential things like house rent or something, or food, perhaps the kid went to a canteen and request for food, yes, he has to pay and all of that. But when it comes to a contract to work, no, that cannot be done except with the consent of his parents. So Rivers United will have to work in tandem with the parents. The father told me that he wrote to the club twice, asking that they allow him take his kid away, because he says that the pressure they are putting the kid under is undue and is beginning to affect the child. And based on that, he wanted to take his child away, which is something they found out, and that was why they decided to go public by posting the picture of the kid on the internet, putting his life in danger, and of course his mental health. Okay, we'll be speaking with Abiola Shodiya, who is a member of the Sports Integrity Group. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.